to deep dive into the topic of DNSSEC more granular, here are a couple of recommendations if you would like to read about this topic. There is a great summary which is called DNSSEC Mastery, which really describes the process of creating a DNSSEC signed DNS zone, how the entire process works, and it provides a lot of different DNSSEC code and configuration snippets. So it's really something that you can start with page 1 and you just follow page by page to create your own DNSSEC infrastructure. The Pro DNS and Bind 10 is a general DNS book that you really should have in your bookshelf. It covers everything that is related to DNS, but it also has a pretty good chapter about DNSSEC as well. Some basics about DNS itself, with some regards to DNSSEC, you can be found in Learning Core DNS, which is the newest book on this list, because Core DNS is a completely dedicated DNS implementation. So it's not Bind or something like this. It's an independent implementation of DNS. And it has some DNS capabilities as well that you can take a closer look into. The two gentlemen, Michael Dooley and Tim Rooney, wrote a book about DNS security management, which covers a lot of different things that are related to the security of a DNS infrastructure, starting from the operating system, how a DNS architecture should look like, what specific things you should configure on your DNS server to make it more robust. And in addition to this, they cover DNSSEC in a dedicated chapter as well, which is definitely worth reading. Mission Critical DNS by Mark Jeftovich is a nice overview written by somebody that is maintaining worldwide DNS infrastructures since years or even decades, I would say. So it also includes a huge portion of the interaction between you and a registrar, and what you should keep in mind, and how specific organizational and also political things are influencing your DNS infrastructure. And all of this also includes topics about DNSSEC as well, and as we just learned, the key signing key and the delegation signer that comes out of it makes it a requirement to interact with your parent zone. It's more like just in the past where you just registered your domain, somebody created the delegation, and then you don't have to talk to them anymore. You will talk to them now more often, and you should be aware of their processes and their policies. And in this book, things like this are described very well. He also covers a lot of different technical related things to DNS, but I really like the part of the organizational things that most people aren't aware of. The last book in this list is not really a book, it's like a little magazine, as we know that Cricket Liu likes to create stuff like this. The DNS Security for Dummies book is a very nice little overview to give you some ideas what you should keep in mind when it comes to DNS security. But I picked this one in particular because the diagram that describes the ping pong between the resolver and the authoritative system, the resolver and the TLD, the resolver and the root server. This was separated in 3 different slides in the first module of this workshop. This diagram comes from this specific little magazine, and I haven't found any better diagram to demonstrate the ping pong between the authoritative DNS servers and the validating resolver. You will find some other representations of this process in slide decks that are more dynamic, but I would like to keep my slide decks clear. I don't want to have all these arrows and things flying around. So if you would like to get a closer look into how this actually works, you will find other demonstrations of this, for example, in the list of webinars from isc.org. Okay, that's it for the DNSSEC workshop. Thank you for your time to take a look into this and to learn more about DNSSEC. Hopefully you have a much better understanding, and hopefully you also learned that it's not that complicated. So it's something that it is manageable nowadays. Feel free to share any feedback about this workshop, about the speed that I was talking, about the material, about the content, about things that we missed, or maybe if you also found things that are wrong, then feel free to get in touch with us. So we would like to improve this workshop as we go. So just don't be shy, and please share your feedback to help us to improve this workshop for other participants. Thanks.